Lighting is important when filming any kind of content, whether it's for YouTube videos or streaming. A dome light setup like the one I have here is ideal and recommended as it provides nice diffused light. However, some people just don't have the space for it. You could go with the popular lights made by ELGATO like their key light Air, and ring light, which provide excellent lighting without taking up too much space, but at a high cost. And of course, you've also got other cheaper alternatives. After owning some of these lights myself, I've got to say the GODOX ES45 key light is the best bang for your buck option for lighting your YouTube videos, streaming, and other use cases. And it's actually the light I have back here. It's a great light that doesn't take up too much space, provides optimal control, and it's priced at $139. Timestamps will be in the description. Let's talk about it. Starting off with my favorite feature about this light and what differentiates itself from the other competitors is its controller. Right out of the box, it's mounted magnetically to the light itself, but you can also take it off and use it wirelessly like I'm doing right now. And this can be very useful as you don't have to get up and reach around the light to make your adjustments. I'll usually have mine sitting on my desk while I'm filming. And if it's running low on battery, I simply just slap it back onto the light. It's easy as that. Using its responsive knobs, you can adjust the color temperature and the brightness of the light to your liking. With other lights out there, they either supply you with a battery-powered remote, or in some cases, they have an app where you can control everything, like in ELGATO's case. I don't like the remote option as I have to worry about replacing the battery time and time again, and to be honest, it's a little bit janky to use. And while ELGATO's app is nicely designed and responsive to control multiple lights, I didn't like the fact of not having a physical interface to adjust the lighting settings. Without a stable Wi-Fi connection and a smart device to connect to like your phone or PC, the ELGATO lights are pretty much useless. And that's exactly why I returned my ELGATO key light and key light Air to avoid future connection issues which have plagued some users. If ELGATO were to add a physical control interface into their lights, I believe their high prices would be justified, and I would consider going back. GODOX actually also has an app for their lights, which can do similar things to ELGATO's, and only a Bluetooth connection is required to get it working, so it's much easier compared to ELGATO's Wi-Fi connection setup. I wouldn't recommend using the app and the controller at the same time though, as they can become out of sync. For example, if I set the light on the app to 50% like I'm doing right now, the controller currently says 20%. So just pick one or the other. I prefer the physical interface of the controller. The versatile and well-built controller is what sold me on purchasing this light, but now let me give you a demo on setting it up and seeing how it performs. The light is pretty simple to set up. The mount clamps right onto the desk, and you screw the light itself right at the top. You can also adjust the height to your liking, plug in the power cable, and you're ready to go. Alright, so we're at my desk now, and I've got the GODOX ES45 light mounted off to the side here. Let me just adjust this real quick. So this light can go from 2800 Kelvin, this really warm light, all the way to 6500 Kelvin, but I prefer for my lighting setup a nice 5600 Kelvin for my lighting temperature, a little bit on the colder side. But now let's test out the brightness. That's with the light off. This is at 10%. This is 20. This is 50%. It's only at 50%, it's actually pretty bright. Let's go to 75. Well, yeah, this is really bright. I'm only at ISO 400 on my camera also, so this is really bright. This is more than enough. And let's go all the way to 100%, which is way too bright. I would never have it this bright if I'm using it as a key light. And I'd usually stick around the 20 to 30% Yeah, so this is around 25%. I think it does a great job lighting my face evenly. It's not as diffused as my dome light setup, but I think this looks pretty good. And if we measure the panel real quick, it's around 13 by 8 inches. So that's pretty big, but it still takes up a small amount of space. So I'm pretty happy with lighting setup. If I didn't have the dome light, I'd choose this light. In terms of use cases, this light is pretty versatile. Not only does it make a great key light for videos, as you saw earlier, it also makes the perfect edge light, which lights the back of me, which helps to separate myself from the background. So here it is with the light turned on, and here it is with the light turned off. On and off. It's a small difference, but it looks really good. And it would also be great for unboxing videos or any overhead shots, as I can angle the light in multiple directions, like facing it directly to my desk to showcase whatever I'm unboxing or sharing. This video isn't sponsored, and I did purchase this light with my own money. I just wanted to share the great things about this light and all its capabilities, as I think it's pretty underrated. I'll have it linked down below in the description, and if you have any questions about the GODOX ES45 key light or video lighting in general, post those questions down below in the comments and I'll get to them. Thanks again for watching and tuning in. I'm Jerry, and I'll see you next time.